People are saying it's been the worst Wimbledon ever.
It's been the worst in 25 years. It's just been on, off, so I'd have to agree.
You're just saying that because you're not there?
Probably. A little bit of ego going on there.
The thing I like about the tennis is the pun headlines on Wimbledon you get. So, like, if Tim Henman's won a couple of matches, it's Timbledon. and if there's lots of rain, it's Swimbledon. There's lots of arguments, it's Grumbledon. They're just constantly coming up with any pun that they can work in with Wimbledon. Like, if it's hot, I don't know, Wimble hot.
You sure you don't work for one of those newspapers?
Yeah. They're dying for, like, a nun to walk past. They go, Wimbledon.
I'm a fan of Rafael Nadal because he's got massive arms.
Almost the same as yours, huh?
A bit like mine.
Yeah, check out Alan's guns. Wow.
But he's huge, and it seems weird because you'd think that he'd only have one huge arm because he's only hitting it with one hand.
Have you got one big arm?
Still got one big arm.
Which one is it?
Don't look down like that.
He's got long arms! And do you have to do certain things? Do you have to go, right, I mustn't use that arm for this bit because it's too strong? Like if you were going to stroke a cat or something with your big arm and you go, oh, crushed it! I should have used my weaker stroking arm. A bit like chicken.
Oh, you're going to say fish for a second.
Don't touch him with that arm.
There was a photo in the paper of some ducklings on one of the courts the other day.
Wimbleduck.
It might well have been Wimbledon in the paper, actually. I think if you're a little yellow duckling, a little bit risky, that. Maybe if you're thinking about the game, you could easily just bend down and pick one of them up and twat it.
OK, let's have a look and see if Wimbledon's up there. Yes, of course it is. Yes, Wimbledon's been in the news. At Wimbledon, Henman has Henman Hill, named after him. Murray has Murray Mound, and Greg's got a baker's opposite the station. Goldstein, what do you think the nation will be talking about this year?
It must be the Wimbledon final.
Oh, exciting. No.
No?
Tennis.
What's the matter with tennis?
Well, I'll be dead honest with you. I used to play the third most boring sport known to man. Cricket, only trumped by tennis and Formula 1.
Do you not like cricket?
It was a means to an end.
I thought it was an incredible thing. A British man won for the first time in 77 years.
And he hasn't won it since, Jimmy. Let's not let him off. This country hasn't had a Wimbledon winner for nearly 6 months now, and I've had enough. The sad thing, it's a boring name, Andy Murray, as well, isn't it? If his name was, like, Dick Gobbler or something, then... At least now in 50 years, when Sue Barker goes, and of course Britain hasn't had a Wimbledon men's champion since Dick Gobbler. Just going to keep hearing Andy Murray all the time.
It was weird that this whole talk about 77 years of wait is over. And actually, when he won, it was like, thought I'd feel better than that. To me, nothing really can trump that dressage gold at the Olympics.
Lorraine, you're Scottish, so presumably
I am
Andy...
well spotted.
Well, you're not like full-on Scottish. You're like
Just a wee tiny bit.
I can understand what you're saying. You're Scottish light.
OK, I'm not sure that.
Now, did it mean a lot to you? That
Oh,
Andy...
absolutely. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. And I think it's a shame that everybody goes on about him being dour.
I don't think he is.
I don't think he's Scottish. I mean, you know...
He spread sunshine everywhere, didn't he?
I remember he cried. Remember he cried when he lost, and then we quite liked him because he cried. Like, no?
No, I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem. I mean, the reason I don't like tennis is because I'm left-handed, and you can't play if you're left-handed. So
Well, you can.
you can't play tennis.
You can.
You can't play tennis with your left hand.
Yes, you can. You can do whatever you like.
There's no left-handed tennis players.
There is.
Other than Nadal?
There's no.
He's all right. That's his greatest trick, is making us think he's using his left hand. If you hit the ball, if you tennis ball, if you've got the right hand, you hit it, it goes that way. But if you've got your left hand, you hit it, it goes behind you. So I have to play backwards like that. There's someone shouting me where the ball's coming. That's why I gave up. This is a stupid game. I'm with Freddie on this.
Let's have a look and see if it's up there. Of course it is. Yes, in July, Andy Murray won Wimbledon for the first time. Sue Barker presented Murray with the trophy 77 years after she presented it to Fred Perry. All across Scotland, people stopped what they were doing to watch the historic match. They paused Braveheart, put down their crack pipes, turned off the proclaimers and finished... and finished frantically searching between their toes for a viable vein to salute Murray's amazing victory.
Wimbledon. Well, they're all there. Hewitt is there, Federer, Murray, the Williams brothers are there. So they're all it's pretty good. Tim Henman is doing the commentary for the old Beeb, and it's going to be weird for him staying the full 2 weeks, I think. Do you think halfway through the commentary he's not doing so well, someone just goes, "Come on, Tim!"
It's so boring, tennis, that the slightest thing, the crowd go mental like it's the most hilarious, shocking thing they've ever seen. Federer's opponent sat next to him. Did you see that bit? The crowd reacted like he picked up a ball boy, swung him round by the ankles and thrown him into the crowd. Why do they throw the sweaty... It's horrible. They throw their sweaty headbands into the... It's horrible. We're in here for about 3 hours, sweaty... Like... Imagine if Vanessa at the end just got her knickers off and went, "Go on!"
The press are obsessed with knickers, aren't they? If you just were going, "God, I can see her knickers. Whoa, I can see her looking knickers," you'd be down as a pervert. You get arrested. The Sun can just go to the tennis and go, "Whoa, look at her knickers. Ooh, she's got red ones on. Whoa." It's the equivalent of standing at the bottom of the stairs at work just going, "Oh, I've seen your knickers." For some reason, it's fine.
Well, let's see how many people are talking about Wimbledon this week. It's the most talked about thing in Great Britain this week. Yes, Wimbledon started this week. Tim Henman is commentating this year, which means the chances of him winning the competition are exactly the same as last year.
Complaints into the BBC because Nadal kept scratching his arse during the...
As if someone from the BBC is going to go out and go, "Excuse me, can you stop picking your arse?"
The whole thing about his style of tennis is about his balance, which comes from his bottom. I think it's integral to the tennis, and Claudia probably agrees as well as a tennis connoisseur and,
Yes.
and a lady who likes a fine bottom. That I think you need to focus on his bottom.
I don't understand who these people are. Who bothers to complain?
My favourite complaint was on the channel Babe station, where the three women have the boobs out and they've got a pair of knickers on. People ring up and get off, right, for £1.50 a minute. Now, some bloke complained because one of the women showed a little bit of front garden, right? And again, at what point are you watching going, "Oh, this is brilliant, this is..." Oh, no, you've gone too far now! Oh, put that away! Don't look, son, don't look! Do you know what me and Gabby did recently?
Hello.
Me and Gabby did an evening with Sven-Goran Eriksson.
What do you mean, an evening?
For charity. And you did like a Q&A thing, didn't you?
Did you not get paid?
Oh, Jason, you're so new to this. Let's have a look and see if Wimbledon's one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, it is. The most talked about thing is Wimbledon. Andy Murray could have beaten Nadal. All he needed was a slightly different strategy and a magic racket strung with dreams. The crowd at Wimbledon got right behind Andy Murray as they queued at the exit. Sean, what have people been talking about?
Well, personally, I think I've lost count this week the number of times people have, mostly strangers, have turned to me and said, "Oh, you're hot, isn't it? Oh, brilliant. Oh, I'm so hot." And I think, yeah, I know. I'm standing next to you. In fact, that's the only thing we've got in common. We're hot. I mean, I think to myself, like, if they said, "Look, eagle," I'd be interested. There goes Vinnie Jones on a penny farthing. Then they go, "Oh, are you close? Do you find it close?" "No, I find you a bit close."
I like the fact it makes the world a bit of a friendlier place. Because you've all got a conversation to have.
Well, yeah, it's not a conversation, is it? You go, "It's hot," and they go, "Yeah, it is, isn't it? That's it. See ya." Right.
No, that's all the conversation I want with my dry cleaner. I don't want them to go, "Tolstoy, do you think he's overrated?"
It doesn't go anywhere, the hot thing, does it? It just goes, "You're hot." "Yeah, hot."
Yeah.
You can't go, "No, I'm not hot. I'm a robot." Yes. Atmospheric conditions don't affect me.
I think robots would be more prone to the heat, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, metal conducts heat.
Yeah.
It's hot, isn't it? Yes.
You're right, actually. Yeah, I'm totally ashamed of myself. Yeah, there's probably loads of robots out there going, bloody boiling, isn't it? Oh, is it me?
Well, let's have a look and see if the weather was one of the most talked about things this week. Oh. Yes, it was. It was the most talked about thing in the last week. We've all been talking about how hot June is. It's been so hot, some pensioners have even been taking off their cardies. Dave, Sue, Paul, what have people been talking about this week?
Wimbledon's back, isn't it? I mean, Tim Henman's out, thank God. Yeah. I'm sorry, you know, I'm sure he's a nice bloke, I'm sure he can play tennis and all that, but you can't watch him for all that. Come on, Tim! Come on, Tim! Is it some sort of competition going on and he'll get the ball and he'll pick it up. Come on, Tim, you can do it! No, he can't. No, he can't. His grandfather was a tennis player, his grandmother was the first woman to serve overhand at Wimbledon.
What, his grandma?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Complaining about the women grunting.
Oh.
Aren't they?
Yeah.
And I always say, a grunter's better than a sweater.
Isn't the grunting thing, they're just going to try and ban it because they say, like, they might be trying to put people off. Because if you can listen to occasionally, they go, loser! I'd like to see it go to other sports like snooker and they just go,
Somebody said that Sharapova's grunt was louder than a petrol-powered lawnmower.
If she makes that much noise hitting a tennis ball, how much noise would she make if she was... I know she probably won't ever have to shift pianos, but she's not going to be at the top forever. She sounds... I've heard lorry drivers in cubicles at service stations making less noise than that.
Let's have a look and see if Wimbledon is one of the top 5 most talked about things this week.
Oh, yes.
Yes, it is.
Is it Wimbledon?
Did you go this week?
I went to Eastbourne.
You went to Eastbourne?
It was really good.
Really? So you went to Eastbourne, not Wimbledon?
Do you have a problem with your sat-nav?
It was a really brilliant match.
Who did
I
you
saw
see?
Venus Williams.
How did you cope with the screaming?
Where, in Eastbourne?
At the tennis, when they hit it and they...
Screaming? Grunting?
They're trying to ban it, aren't they? They're trying to ban the noises.
Yeah, they are. They said this week it was OK, it was better for concentration and stability to grunt.
I have to watch it with the sound down. I can't be doing with it. If you turn the sound down and do your own noises, like boink, boink. I imagine that the ball boys are little gremlins, and then when they come out to get a ball, I go...
Can I hear the gremlin noise again?
Sometimes I go, my ball, my ball, my ball. They've taken all the fun out of it, though. One of the first things they did this week, when it rained, because they can still play, but they closed Henman Hill, because they didn't want people sliding down. And again, more fun than tennis. Like, you should just have a camera, posh old lady with a tray full of Pims, just trying to get across the... Far better than tennis.
Joe, do you watch the tennis?
Yeah, well, no.
I used to watch it, but at the end, it's the same thing. It's just different people winning. It's the same every time. Oh, you won that one.
Does anyone think Andy Murray's going to win?
Of course he's not going to win. We always go through this shit every year. He's never going to win. Read the news like that. Oh, this is bollocks. Not reading that. Move on.
Well, it'd be good. It'd be a breath of fresh air if the news was read like this.
I'd love that.
Afghanistan, yada, yada, yada.
The thing that did annoy me was that Andy Murray takes his top off a lot. And, like, he's obviously proud of his body, isn't he? Which annoys me. If he had my body, he wouldn't do it.
Because if he had your body, yeah. I don't know whether he'd be playing there.
Well, because I get changed like I'm an old woman on the beach. With like a towel up, kind of like that. So I find that sort of quite offensive when people sort of go, oh, is the camera still on?
Yeah. I don't think he physically looks that impressive, Andy Murray. That always strikes me as like Nadal is like.
Why does he take his top off?
Yeah.
He doesn't do it during the game.
What, has he actually got
afterwards? He's not in the middle of a point. Just woo. Like that. He waits and then takes it off.
If it goes for extra time, he's just in his pants.
I always think he looks a mess, because, like, Nadal is incredible. Like, he's just a physical Adonis. And Andy Murray looks like a heroin addict that's shoplifted a JD Sports. He's pathetic. And, like, when you see him next to Nadal is just the perfect man, because he's really strong. He's got these big pistons of arms, but then a really nice little boyish face, sort of very hamsterish features. Like, imagine if you were with Nadal, he'd be like 2 hours of, like, rampant, ferocious sex, and then afterwards, just make you Eggs Benedict.
Does anyone... Do you fancy a game of Who's Got a Crush on Nadal? Anyone fancy a game? Oh, look, I've won. Let's have a look and see whether Wimbledon is one of the most talked about things this week. The most talked about thing this week? It's week 1 of Wimbledon. If Andy Murray is crowned Wimbledon champion, it'll be an incredible day for tennis, tinged only with the sadness that Federer, Nadal and Djokovic all dropped dead in the same tournament.
I hope you enjoyed those clips. If you want to watch full episodes of 8 out of 10 Cats, then you can on my YouTube channel. Just, search for it on YouTube and you'll find it, because it's there.